fresh to death, I'm Paul Berry, not at all scary. When I open like Betty Wops, then find to these circles that's going in like a carry shot. Woo! I'm going in like a Mary Pop off that Mary Crop at the top flow at the Marriott. So questioning me is like questioning you. See, we the best dressed, so come and get blessed with the crew. Not one but two, different ways to slaughter your crew. Committed tat across the chest, I guess she blessed with the truth. People want to see them checks, representation of proof. Living through my elders, trying to resonate to the youth. But ain't nothing to get my flash on. Longevity is heavily embedded in my melanin. Layman terms, I last long. My grind repetitive, I'm smoother than real silk. Lyrical cash cow who can't cry over spilled milk. We in here. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. This ain't no normal situation, this preparation with greatness. Industry full of fakeness, it's really up for the taking. See, life is what happened to you, more so how you take it. Don't get stripped of your knowledge and mentally leave you naked. I like to live otherwise. I'm sorry that I'm fresh to death. I put the polo and apologize. See, Black Sun, we ain't nothing like the mother guys. Quit to socialize, we organize, then we mobilize. Off the deep end like a scuba diver. And no confusion, just keep it pushing like Uber drivers. Woo! Business fresh just like a supervisor in a Gucci visor. Can't find a smoother rhymer. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us.
Yeah, DQ baby. Shout out that boy Nigga for that fire track. Hey, Black Sun, sun up. What's up, Vinny Vegas? What in Vegas? Yeah. Shout out Pharaoh's Kids, D-Phase, yeah, Bubba C, yeah, Rick flaring on them, Rick flaring on them, Rick flaring on them, Rick flaring, sun up, baby.
Hey, yo, Scotty, you going crazy for this one. We see what you're doing, we salute you. Hey, let's get it started. It's Backpack, Capital One. What's in your wallet? Got a call from my man, A. Scott. I said I got it. Love that you highlighting all of these black colleges. Try to pay me for doing this. Look, bruh, if you don't get off my line with that foolishness, voice of the swag, pull up where you at, no cap. If the Brody is speaking the soft facts. My advice, tune in to every show. Captain Petty, but we know that the sergeants are with the smoke. Speculate, just tell me what is we doing. Get into it, okay, look, I'ma say this and keep it moving. My boy Scotty, man, he offered the leash. Black grad, paying college, I'm glad that he called me. Walking cause we all been taught that talk is cheap. Even primetime knows Scott for the HBCU streets.
Standing 6'1", one-year alum out of Claflin University, coming out of the DMV. You're good with me, the agent of chaos, the one, the only, Scotty.
What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Scotty. Listen, we back, baby. We back live in full effect.
It's good to see all you, man. I'm not literally seeing y'all, but you know what it is. It's good to be back. It's good to be off parole. It's good to be off bond. They can't keep a real nigga down. They can't keep a real nigga down, baby. Can't keep me down. Anyway, listen. Just want to give a quick shout out to all y'all, man. Listen, all the messages and all the, when you coming back, I appreciate the support. I really do. Let me just say this, okay? Because listen, to the person I'm about to shout out, I want to say I'm so sorry because I forgot your name. And I want to apologize, but I'm going to give you all, you know who you are. Please, if you're watching this stream right now, please put your name in the chat so I can give you all kudos. This is my new chair. Look at this. Look at my new chair. My man got me the Offscript engraved. Listen, it got speakers in the seats. He is a FAMU rattler. We met at the SWAC championship. He's like, Scotty, I saw what you was dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Fam. Man, FAMU rattlers be coming through, right? He said, I see what you was dealing with. Your chair falling apart. He said, I got you. I said, when I get to my new spot, I'm going to put it together. And bam, he sent it to me. It's lovely. It's nice. I mean, God forsaken is so sweet. Man, I love this thing. Just want to give a shout out to him. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. I totally forgot your name. I am so sorry. We met. You know who you are. We met at the SWAC championship. He was like, Scotty, man, love the stuff. Whoop de whoop. So wanted to give him a shout out for that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Them FAMU rattlers, man. Say whatever you want, but that brag different means something. I ain't gonna hold you. That brag different means something. They really be they be out here doing it. And Miss Sykes hooked me up with the bomber jacket. You know what I'm saying? The bomber jacket. I was like, hey, listen. Come on, man. Doing big things out here, man. Doing big things out here. That's how you start off Black History Month, man. Let's get into it. Listen, you already know what it is. This show is sponsored by Elite Coffee because anything I do on Offscript is elite. It's absolutely elite. So I want to make sure that you are also elite by getting your Elite Coffee. Link is in the description below. Listen, you want the capsules. You want the little capsules and stuff like that. The little, blink, putting the little Keurig. They got that. Okay, you old school, you like a Folgers guy in the cup, they got that. You know what I'm saying? Colombian roast with Colombian breast milk. You know what I'm saying? Breast milk, you made my day. All that. Get you some Elite 15 coffee, sponsored by today's show as well. All right, shout out to Liz. And let me listen. Come on, man. Can we just say happy Black History Month to you? I know a lot of you Bammers in the chat are black. Happy Black History Month to you guys. Even though we only get 28 days, it's okay. It's the best gosh darn 28 days ever. And on leap year, it's 29. Another leap year might be 30. But you know what it is? You get me. Okay? Shout out for all you black people. Support the culture. Black History Month is in full effect. See, 29. Leap year, baby. 29. We in there. All right. So get all your 29 days in. Get your history. Look up what you want to look up. You know, black people, we did this thing. You know what I'm saying? I saw this on TikTok. I thought it was such a humble brag for black people. Black people said this. The dude on TikTok said this. He said, black people have invented so much stuff, we forget how much we invented. That's what he said. He said, black people have invented so much stuff, we forget how much we've invented. I was like, damn, that's such a dope, humble brag. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we did that. Oh, I forgot we did that too. Oh, we did that too. We actually did that. They stole it from them and tried to repackage it as a white man, but we did that too. So I thought that was, when I saw that on TikTok, I said, I thought that was just absolutely amazing. Okay. Absolutely amazing. So in honor of Black History Month, you know what I'm saying? In honor of Black History Month, today
I'm going to have to embody my guy, Malcolm X. By any means necessary. So as I go through this as I start the show, I'm trying to invoke and embody the spirit of Malcolm X, because I really want you Bamas to feel me, okay? Or as Malcolm X would say, I need you Negroes to hear me, okay? Because once again, we didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to embody my Malcolm X moment in this upcoming section, because I really need y'all to feel me when I tell you I'm upset. Now, this Bama got me so upset, I was supposed to come back on Monday. I almost contemplating come back on Friday, because said Negro had me hot. And it was incumbent upon me that I would not let the Negro break my stride, nor break my deliberate time spent with my family. No, sirree. So by any means necessary, I was going to do this show on Monday. And by any means necessary, I was also going to talk about said Bama. Now, if you follow me on the Twitter of the X, whichever your delight to call, you know who is the main topic of conversation today. And it could be only one Negro. Oh, it's always that one Negro who always thinks that they shit don't stink. It's the one Negro that goes back and tries to petify with the master's hand. Now, the Elijah Muhammad would have never allowed such Negro to be in part of the Muslim faith. Never. But said Carron Phillips, Carron, no relation to the Muslim faith, or AKA, as I like to call him, Mr. Sensitive, is the day's first topic. Now, I say to you all, by any means necessary, I'm going to get through this today. And by any means necessary, I'm going to make my point very clear on why this Negro should no longer be indulging in athletics and writing papers. No, said Negro should be out on the street. That's what said Negro should be, because he felt it was incumbent upon him to make such slanderous statements on Hugh Jackson, which then brought the demise of him at Morehouse College. But let's get into said Negro, right? Because said Negro posted an article. Now, mind you, said Negro is from Morehouse, graduate of the illustrious all-men University of Morehouse College, or as they call the House. But this Negro had never written an article about the athletics of Morehouse until this very moment. So let's get into said article. Now, you can go read it for yourself of what your delight may have. I can tell you right now, it's not worth the read, because someone didn't do their due diligence in when writing this said article. But we gonna get into today. Now, the article titled says, hiring Hugh Jackson would be a huge mistake for Morehouse College. Now, in the article alone lets you know there's some contrite in there. There's some discourse. There's some off kilter look, because if we're looking at the same Morehouse, who in God's green earth would even want the Morehouse job? See, said Negro is not taking in consideration that Morehouse doesn't care about athletics. So who would care about Morehouse athletics? Let us continue. So, according to reports, Morehouse College, the all-male HBCU in Atlanta, is in negotiations with Hugh Jackson to be the next head football coach. At this point, it feels like inevitable. In full transparency, I am Morehouse man, alum, and love my school, which he has never written about. He loves his school so much. He has never written about them until now. Okay, but you love your school so much. You're a senior writer at Deadspin, but you love your, by any means necessary. We're going to get through this today. But let's be clear. The column isn't being written by emotion. Lies. Deceit, I say. Don't let the Negro bamboozle you. Because everything, and I'm going to break it all down line by line, everything in this article screams. Everything screams Carl Thomas. At every waking, every period, every comma screams. Because the facts don't line up with how Morehouse is moving, nor do they line up in his actions going forward. But we will continue. It is a breakdown of how and why Jackson is unfit for this position in every sense of the word, heard based on fact and logic. Lies again, I say. I say again to you, this Negro was all up and through said article. Let us continue. According to reports, you already know, breakdown, cool, just want to reemphasize that. Let's get it going. So I've screenshotted different paragraphs in everything you're seeing is off the actual article. During his time in the NFL, Jackson was 11-44 as a head coach between stops with the Raiders and Browns. In his lone season in Oakland, he was 8-8 before he was fired. At the time, it felt unjust. But when Jackson got to coach his own team in Cleveland, he got exposed. He was 1-15 in his first season, followed that up by going winless in 2017. He was fired during the third season, posting a 2-5-1 record in his last year as an NFL head coach. Now, mind you, who are we comparing this to? Are we comparing this to other Browns head coaches? Because he wasn't the only guy at the Browns that was bad. There's been a history, until recently, there has been a history of horrible seasons in the Browns. So you cannot just lay this at the feet of Hugh Jackson to say that the Cleveland Browns were this prestigious franchise. And now all of a sudden, Hugh Jackson brought them to the levels of what they were. No. See, that's the fault of the writer. Because if you're a first-time reader and you know nothing about the Cleveland Browns, you would think that Hugh Jackson was the demise of them. But Cleveland has been Cleveland for the last 20 years. As much as people like to say how the Cowboys haven't won the Super Bowl, since my lifetime, I've known the Cleveland Browns to be ass. And Hugh Jackson has not been the coach for over 20 to 25 years. So this is systemic of the losing. So to pick out just 3 years of Hugh's tenure at Cleveland and then not pick up his time at Cincinnati as an OC, you see how Alabama's want to pick and choose what they, if you want to make it, see, this is what my issue is. If you want to make an argument, make the full argument. You can tell that the article was already written in bias because he didn't bring up his time at Cincinnati. He didn't bring up his time with Carson Palmer or Ocho Cinco or TJ Uzmanzada, and how he guided that offense into being one of the most prolific offenses in the NFL. But that never gets brought up in this article. So when I tell you the article and the writer and the Negro was, that's what it was. I'm not telling you something that you can't read for yourself if you're trying to surmise what his points were about why Hugh Jackson wasn't it. But let us continue. Now, this to me is the indictment of his whole argument. He says in his article, to say Morehouse is a different place is an understatement. As its only institution of higher learning of its kind of planet, it's a black college for black men. But on top of all the impressive alumni that college has produced since 1867, what many don't know is that athletics are taken even less seriously than at other HBCUs. So let me get this straight. You wrote in your article, an alum, that athletics aren't cared about at HBCUs, but even more so, he said, hey, if you think UAPB don't care about athletics, if you think Valley don't care about athletics, just imagine how Morehouse feel, because we really don't care. He is a Morehouse alum. He's probably never picked up a football in his life. And this is the argument that he's making on behalf of the institution of why they shouldn't have hired Hugh. But you're making the point of why Hugh shouldn't even have applied for the job. Because in his own words, Carron speaks and says, athletics isn't a priority at the HBCUs. And this leaving is even less of a priority at Morehouse. Let us continue. Athletics have never and will never be priority at HBCUs, as sports and particularly football aren't why students go there. The star quarterback is never going to be the big man on campus, despite what NFL aspirations they may have. And if athletics aren't the focus at other HBCUs, then they're an afterthought at Morehouse. You can't make this up. If this doesn't surmise how Morehouse people view athletics, and you're telling me that you shouldn't have had Hugh Jackson when Hugh Jackson actually makes you relevant. Hiring Hugh Jackson says, oh shit, Morehouse does care about football. That's what that tells us. But even based on your own alum, the clown to be, the Negro of the least, he tells you in the article that athletics is an afterthought by Morehouse. To me, your whole argument is negated because you're coming from a skewed view. How can you even say anybody should want any job at Morehouse when you have said athletics is an afterthought? So all your hires are should be or will be second, it'll be hand-me-downs. You're not going to go get the best guy. You're going to go get me a hand-me-down, a cheap person, somebody that just is a body. Oh, we got to fund it. Go do that. That's what I'm saying. So how can you even make the argument of who should have this job when you don't even care who has the job? And that even tells you even further that he's never written about Morehouse athletics, because why would he care? If he didn't care, why should we care? That's essentially what he's saying in the article. Morehouse alums don't care about athletics. Why should you? But this is, I just need the understanding, right? That's what I'm not understanding. I just need the understanding, right? I just need the understanding of what it is. Let us continue. Next, the very next paragraph, this is what he says. That's not a dig at my alma mater. Yes, the hell it is. It's the same thing when people say, hey, yo, no disrespect. They're about to disrespect you. This is not a dig at my alma mater or any great athletes the school has produced, but you go to Morehouse to play school, not sports. For instance, at our last homecoming, more than 35 people were in attendance for the tailgate alone, while there weren't 3,000 people in the stands of the game because your ass. Karan, why would Bama's be at the game? Your ass, you suck. Who would attend a game that you suck? Come on, man. Like, it's a rocket science. You tell me you're a Morehouse alum, you gotta be smarter than this, man. If you want to go to the league in life, come to Morehouse. If you can get in. That's another problem with you, how you can't get top coaches, because the recruiting aspect is different. Listen, you can't have a small budget with the requirements of Morehouse, because most of your guys or the people that can get into Morehouse are not going to be in your vicinity. You're going to have to go travel the country. Notre Dame, Stanford, all these Ivy League institutions, they don't just say, oh, we in Connecticut, we gonna get everybody in Connecticut. Yale's in Connecticut. You think Yale is saying, hey, listen, man, you better recruit Connecticut. You better recruit Bridgeport or no. They have a national recruiting base because they got to get all the smart Bamas in Wyoming, in Maryland, in Pennsylvania, in Washington, in California. They got to go find the smart Negroes and the smart white boys. So Morehouse, being on the Ivy League standard, you give them a shoestring budget, who gonna recruit kids? I bet the coaches are wandering around the hallways asking the nerds like Carron, hey man, you wanna play football? I've never played. What is this foosball you speak of? I'm here for my journalism degree. Can you come out and play offensive lineman? What do you speak of? Like, come on, man. Like, that's probably half the battle is trying to find people to fill the team. Anyway, right? If you can get in, if your sole purpose is to getting to the league in athletics, I'll advise enrolling somewhere else. As the alumni website reads, the mission of Morehouse College is to develop men with the discipline in mind who will lead lives of leadership and service. A private, historically black liberal arts college for men, Morehouse realized the mission by emphasizing the intellectual and character development of its students. In addition, the college assumes special responsibility for teaching the history of culture of black people. Turn y'all ass into Spelman. I'm going to stand on the mountain and say this: Morehouse needs to be Spelman. Get rid of athletics so we don't even have this problem. We don't even have this problem. Just get rid of it. Don't have no athletics, Carron. Write an article about that. For what? If you're out here preaching to the masses, like, let's even go further, right? Let's take it even deeper. This is the senior writer at Deadspin. I don't think anybody really reads Deadspin, but hey, teach his own, right? How are you helping Terrence Mathis recruit at Morehouse when you're essentially saying, don't go to Morehouse for athletics? Like, I mean, like you got like this shit. Like, come on, you are too, bro. You graduated from Morehouse. You can't be this dumb. You cannot be this dumb. If I was any coach in the SIC and I'm recruiting against Morehouse, which would never happen because Morehouse don't get nobody, right? But if it just imagine if they did get somebody, right? If I'm the SIAC, if I'm a coach in the SIAC, I'm simply pulling up this article. I'm going to pull up the article and I'm going to say this. Hey, look right here. They don't care about athletics. They don't care about, right here. We care even less and more. They don't care. So why would I think you will have top-notch training? Why would I think you'll give me nutrition? Why would I think I'll have the best coaches or the best strength? Why would you go there? And then this is the Negro standing at the top of the mountain talking about, so we shouldn't hire Hugh Jackson. Don't do it. Come on. It don't make sense. I'm telling you, man, what gets me about people like him is you brag about being from Morehouse, and I'm like, bro, you can't be this dumb. You literally cannot be this dumb. That your whole article and premise was you're pretty much saying athletics is an afterthought at Morehouse. Then on top of that, don't hire Hugh Jackson. You wouldn't agree with anybody. You shouldn't agree with anybody. You don't care. Here we go. It's another article. Here we go. Another paragraph. But even for the students who have become, or the ones who desire to work in athletics, be a professional athlete, Morehouse and HBCU should never be seen as the last option. You see yourself as the dog. I swear to God, I really want to throw this bottle across. Like, you can't be this dumb. It's simple. How is he looking at you as a last option? You look at athletics as a last option. What are we doing? Like, my body is itching. Like, what are we doing? What are we talking about right now? Don't look at us as a last option, like last chance. This isn't last chance you. But what? Huh? Really? You just said in the same, like, bro, when I tell you this Negro should not be writing anything going forward, I mean it. If the higher ups at Deadspin see this, fired at Bama, the whole article is a walking contradiction in itself. The basic form of writing. And he went to Morehouse. That makes it even worse. Let me continue. Despite their talent and expertise, minority coaches, this is what Hugh Jackson said, minority coaches continue to be overlooked and underrepresented in the NFL and Power 5 schools, as Jackson once posted on social media. I'm calling on coaches to pivot and consider coaching at HBCUs. Not only will this give them an opportunity to hone their craft, but it will continue to help bring more attention and resources back to these great institutions. And this is my last point. Carry on, Mr. Sensitive, a.k.a. the clown. A.k.a. the clown. It says, it has been rumored that Morehouse will be joining the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference and soon lending itself to why someone like Jackson is in play. As the conference is a step up, especially in football, which you don't care about, but in a few weeks, Morehouse College will be 157 years old. Who gives a damn? And in the time, it has built its legacy on producing black men who have changed America and the world repeatedly. The man who is more than likely going to become the new football head coach doesn't fit that bill. Are we kidding ourselves right now? From his performance on the field to the horrible choices he's made as a leader, Hugh Jackson isn't just unworthy of Morehouse. Morehouse would cheapen itself by hiring him. Listen, When I tell you that last line is what did, let me keep it a buck with y'all. And I know a lot of y'all, this article got Hugh fired. I want to be very clear. I want to be very clear. This article is what was part of it. I won't lie. This article was part of why Hugh Jackson got his deal pulled. They couldn't come to terms with money, but then you know how an HBCU space is. If I'm already getting backlash for potentially about to hire you, we can't come to terms. I'm just going to pull the deal and we'll go forward from there. So when I tell you this article set in stone, because I talked to a Morehouse alum, he said the article was scathing. And a lot of the higher ups of Morehouse read it. Why? Because the Bama's a Morehouse alum. But the same idiots like Carron who read it don't see the contradictions. If I'm a Morehouse alum, right, and I have a part of the decision, this would make the article would tell me why I gotta hire Hugh Jackson. You know why? Because in the article you're telling me I don't care about athletics. So essentially hiring Hugh Jackson just shows to the world that, hey, Morehouse does care about athletics. Or we at least care about the narrative or the media behind athletics, the business of athletics, right? Because I'll tell you what Hugh Jackson would have done. Hugh Jackson does make you a name brand. Listen, don't get me wrong. Morehouse, education-wise, everybody knows what Morehouse. I'm never going to take education away from Morehouse. We all know what Morehouse is based off their education. That is a whole separate entity, right? Athletics, nobody gives a damn. Nobody gives a damn. Nobody is banging down Morehouse door like, I want to come play football at Morehouse. Nobody. But Hugh Jackson makes you a believer. Hugh Jackson can walk it. I'm in with him. Now, you know me. I got more. I got more. So let me show you why hire Hugh Jackson. Can I say it from the rooftop? Makes you relevant. The Bama makes you relevant. Whatever you want to say about Hugh Jackson, his name rings bells, right? The Bama had $2 million in sponsorships ready. Now, mind you, Morehouse is first, it ain't no sleeping giant. It's more like a sleeping baby, right? But when you're in the middle of Atlanta, you're an all-black institution for men in the middle of Metro Atlanta. You can't get no sponsorship. You can't get Killer Mike, Outkast, T.I. You can't get nobody to come help you with because you don't care about athletics. I can say the same thing for Clark Atlanta. I can say the exact same thing for Clark Atlanta, right? So Hugh Jackson had $2 million in sponsorships. Oh, you want to know something else? How Morehouse don't care about football? They have never, in the past 3 years, they had never had an off-season program. It's probably longer than that, but the kids that I talked to for the program said, Scotty, in the last 3 years, we haven't had an off-season program. In the last 3 years, we haven't had a strength and conditioning coach. In the last 3 years, we haven't had full-time coaches. Tell me you don't care about athletics without telling me. When I tell you the clown of the clownist, when he wrote the article, I'm like, it doesn't make any sense what you're saying. It doesn't. And Hugh was coming in with a plan to change all of that. To change all of it. He was going to implement an off-season program. He was trying to get a budget to put full-time coaches on staff, equaling we care about football. But no, who did they go with? Listen, I know a lot of you old heads going to be like, Scotty, Terrence Mathis was that guy. Listen, when this Bama was retiring, the kids he's recruiting were getting born. He is a no-name. He does not ring bells. Whatever you want to say, Hugh Jackson's name rings bells. Now, Terrence Mathis' name might ring bells in Atlanta. It might. He might know some people. But outside of the state of Georgia, ain't no kid beating down the door for Terrence Mathis. Ain't nobody beating. This is Morehouse, the Morehouse version of We Care About Football. This is the more. See, he didn't write in the article. See, he didn't put it in the article because he hasn't written a new article. All right. He hasn't written a new article about the new hire. Oh no, that ain't gonna happen. That Negro, it ain't gonna happen. And when he does happen, it will simply be because I said it wasn't gonna happen. Because it's been a few days now, and he hadn't written nothing about. I will be surprised if he writes any other article about Morehouse. But let me continue. The Bama was 1-22 at Savannah State as an OC. No, I'm sorry. That was my fault. He was 2-22. That's my bad. That's my fault. That was my fault. He was 2-22 as an OC. This is what I want to make that very clear. Right? Coached in high school. I believe was somewhat successful in high school. And you already know he's an NFL veteran, played for the Atlanta Falcons and stuff like that. But this is the Morehouse version of caring. Oh, we care. Right? Now, you might ask me, who made this hire? That's why I rocks with y'all, man. That's the Offscript family. Y'all Bama's be. Y'all be thinking. Y'all Bama's be. Let me tell you. Who made this hire. Good old Harold Ellis. Now, let me just explain to you why this is so good. Let me just tell you how Morehouse don't care, right? Harold Ellis is a let me blow myself up. Harold Ellis is a 3-year NBA veteran. Ask me if he's ever been an AD before. That's a nice shirt. Ask me if he's ever done anything in higher education before. Ask me how in the hell did he get the job? He's an alum. Listen, you can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. Right? The only reason he got this job is he is a Morehouse alum and he played in the NBA. He has never been an AD before in his life. When I tell you a smart school even does dumb shit, this is what I'm talking about. You're Morehouse. You're Morehouse men. You're telling me out of all the smart Negroes you done passed through that school, you go get a guy who has never been an AD, has never worked in higher education to run your athletic department? Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? He don't know what he doing. He don't know what he doing. Let me read you his resume. And the rest, if you go to Morehouse website and read his resume, like 3 paragraphs. That's it. That's it. I mean, and I'm talking about like third grade paragraphs too. I'm talking about like 4 sentences and moving on. Okay, 4 sentences, space, 3 sentences. If my son was writing a story, that's how his resume look. I'm not lying to you. The only reason it looks this thick, no homo, is simply because I squeezed it together to make it fit. But go look at it for your damn self, and you be like, God damn, like the Bama got like 4 sentences as a bullet. Anyway, let me continue. Let's read this. Ellis has this is how he got a job now. This is how he got the AD job. Ellis has demonstrated his prowess in basketball coaching and management, starting as the assistant coach in Roanoke, Virginia in the NBA's Development League. His talents were recognized by the Portland Trail Blazers, who then selected him to help lead their summer league team. This your AD now. Ellis has also served as the general manager and head coach of the World Basketball Association's Rome Gladiators, guiding them to 2 consecutive. This is all I'm telling you. I got it straight off the Morehouse website. Guiding them to 2 consecutive league titles and earning Coach of the Year honors. Ellis continued his successful journey, serving in various roles with the Atlanta Hawks, Detroit Pistons, and Orlando Magic. In 2018, he became the director of player personnel for the New York Knicks before eventually joining basketball operations for the Detroit Pistons. Now, if you had a job for player personnel, director of player personnel, director of athletic personnel, maybe, I think he would be a great fit. But there's no particular way in God's green earth that Alabama, who had a 3-year NBA career, probably didn't even get vested. He probably don't even got benefits. He played for the ball. He played NBA for 3 years. And all of a sudden, he is capable of being your athletic director because he's a Morehouse grad. Carron, Cartpath. I don't give a damn what your name is. How the article should be written about how dumb your institution is hiring somebody unqualified as Harold Ellis. See, the thing is, his vision is skewed. His logic is skewed. You're going after Hugh Jackson when you're not going after the man who is actually running the athletic department. How is Harold Ellis not on somebody's board saying, yo, how the hell did this Bama get the job? But this is when I say smart people do dumb things. The institute, he says, Carron Phillips says in the article, verbatim, that athletics is an afterthought. And in every decision that they make, it seeps in. You hire an AD with no experience. You fire a coach that makes you relevant in football or athletics. And then you let Cartpath drive the narrative of why you shouldn't hire Hugh Jackson when off his name alone in Division II makes you relevant. And then Cartpath had the nerve to bring up, Hugh Jackson wanted to bring in Hugh Jackson wanted to bring in Art Browse. And then do you know what quote he used? He used the quote from Doug Williams. Doug Williams is the quote you want to use? Doug Williams' opinion matters in that. First, he worked for an institution that got hemmed up for sexual allegations. That's number one. Didn't say, still working for him. Didn't say nothing about it. And don't even start digging up his closet and his skeletons of what he was doing at Grambling with the students. Don't even dig that up. So what are we talking about right now? And if anybody don't know, Doug Williams was helping, because people love it. Doug Williams was avidly helping students, especially the ladies, helping them, with their schooling and anatomy. Allegedly. Right? So let's not play this game. Let's not play this game. Right? So once again, dumb people, smart people do dumb things. And the dumbest thing is somebody basing their decision off of Carron Phillips. Like, what are we doing? How? How did we get here that you let Carron Phillips, Mr. Sensitive, Mr. How did we get here? How did we get here? I'm confused. I'm confused. And this is another reason I'm confused. How? Who said this is a good idea? This is like bringing your broke friend to the club, knowing you gonna have to pay for everything he got. Why would I invite my broke? Listen, I'm telling you, this is the most desperate. Okay, Morehouse isn't broke, right? They're broke athletically, but they're not broke financially. Let me just be very clear about that, because people are like, oh, Morehouse got money. No shit, Sherlock. They don't spend it on athletics. So literally, the MEAC is so desperate that you're going to reach down and try to bring Morehouse up, knowing they don't care about athletics. So how does that elevate your profile? It doesn't. It does not. And I'm sick and tired of seeing people on Twitter, especially all the MEAC martyrs, right? Oh my God, great decision by the MEAC. Oh my God, who wouldn't want them? People who actually give a damn about athletics. That's why. You can play this, you can play it however you want. Oh, they're a great academic school and this and that. Why would I want you? Why would anybody want you? Why would anyone want you? That is how listen, the MEAC is the dude trying to holler at the girl who big. The girl who big she got her tax money, she got a good job, she's smart, but you don't want to be seen with her. You don't want to be seen with her. That's Morehouse. Okay? And I can flip it on the other side and say he's a fat dude that the girl don't want, but he a sugar daddy. He a sugar daddy. You can't take him nowhere, but he gonna pay for your car note. He gonna pay to get your hair done. He gonna pay to get your nails. That is what Morehouse is. It's not pretty when it comes to athletics. And if you're talking about raising your academic profile, Ninja, we know what this move is for. You're tired of having 6 teams for football. And if you bring Morehouse, you might as well count them as a negative. They're bro, like, come on, man. Like, are you shitting me? Are you shitting me? Morehouse is literally like the scrawny little white boy who wants to play basketball, but you don't got 10 unless you get him. That's what it is. That's what Morehouse is. A little scrawny kid who we want to play 5-on-5, but we only got 9, so we got to let the kid play. Really? That's what the MEAC has come down to? And you're talking about, oh, people want the MEAC to fold. No, we just want y'all to go find some better talent. You can talk about the market all you want. The market doesn't get activated because ain't nobody going to watch that shit. Who gonna watch South Carolina State and Morehouse? Nobody. Who gonna watch Norfolk and Morehouse? Nobody. The only game that's worth watching is the Battle of the Brain, which is Howard versus Morehouse. That's it. It's the only game that's gonna be worth watching. The Battle of the Brain. The Battle of the Bougie. That's it. Ain't nobody about to watch NCCU versus Morehouse. Nobody. Delaware State and Morehouse, get the freak out of here. Get the freak out of here. Ain't nobody watching that crap. And you think that helps your profile? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You're smoking crack if you think that. Now, if you get Clark Atlanta, that's a different beast. I don't listen, man. I'm gonna tell you this. Listen, okay. Listen, I don't want the fat girl with the good job. Okay, I want the skinny girl working at Wendy's. I want the pretty red bone working at Wendy's, and that's Clark Atlanta. Clark Atlanta is the pretty red bone at Wendy's at the cashier, like smacking a gum. Can I take your order? I'm like, oh, you cute. I get off at 9. Come holler at me. Okay? Come holler. Now, if you get Clark Atlanta, that's something different because Clark Atlanta can grow into a monster, right? D1 program, HBCU in the heart of Atlanta. Now you talking about something. Now you talking about something, okay? Now you talking about something, but we know Clark Atlanta ain't got that type of money. That's why they at Wendy's, okay? That's why she working at Wendy's. But she got potential, okay? She got potential. And she, and she crazy. And she got that good though, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Pretty little Jake at Wendy's, you know what I'm saying? You take care of her, you know what I'm saying? Everybody chip in, you know what I'm saying? That's what you really want. That's the move you want. You want Clark Atlanta, a public institution, okay, to take their happy ass to the MEAC. And that's truly having an Atlanta market because now you buzzing, okay? Now you buzzing. Ain't nobody want to see that. Nobody want to see that M brand. Nobody want to see that shit. That M brand is like opening the Bible. It puts you to sleep. Okay? That's what the M brand. It puts you to sleep. It's like, when you're young and you're a kid and they say, open your Bible. And it's like, as soon as you open your Bible, you go to sleep. That's Morehouse's brand. When you see that Morehouse brand for athletics, you like, oh, get the fuck out. I'm not about to watch this. Because it's going to be ass. Come on, man. So, listen, I'm for it. You know what Morehouse needs to do? Morehouse needs to have like Olympic ribbing, like the rhythmic thing with the ribbon. That's what Carron Phillips is voting for. That's what he's voting for. I think Morehouse having a gymnastic program, I think that'd be outstanding. Okay, I'm working with something now. I think if they got rid of everything and kept basketball and if they did basketball and gymnastics, I think Morehouse would be a brand. I think you can revamp that into action because gymnastics. Listen, you can get some people in gymnastics. That's what I'm saying. I feel like that'd be dope. Nobody gives a damn about men's volleyball. Gymnastics and basketball. Those would be the only two sports I keep. And esports. That's what I would do. Yeah, that's what I would do. Esports. Yep. And golf. Golf is, they bougie golf. That's perfect. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a perfect segue for Morehouse. You bougie, you're the house, you teach black people how to play golf, boop, easy money. Oh, Clark Atlanta's private as well? They both are private institutions. But their academic restrictions aren't the same. Okay, you're right. My bad. Okay, you're right. Absolutely, you're right. You're right, Coach Green. Thank you for that. So Clark Atlanta is private, but their academic restrictions aren't the same as a Morehouse. Okay, you're right, Coach Green. Thank you for that, Coach Green. Appreciate that. Apollo, that fits that bougie. That fits that bouginess of Morehouse. So I definitely agree with that. But let me just say this. Morehouse, there we go. Here we go, Morehouse. Here it is. Have at it. Golf, gymnastics, equestrian, water polo. Winning. Okay? Winning. Okay? So, but I think Clark Atlanta would be a better, way better upgrade to the MEAC because they have potential to grow into a football powerhouse. You get the right coach in, he recruits the area. I mean, you could really turn Atlanta into something crazy. And the Celebration Bowl in Atlanta, if Clark Atlanta ever made it to the it writes itself. It writes itself. But bringing in Morehouse is the dumbest decision ever. And listen, everybody on Twitter who said bringing Morehouse is smart, you're dumb. I'm saying it, you're dumb. That is a dumb thing. When an alum is telling you they don't care about athletics and that's the first school you go jump to bring it to the MEAC, miss me with that. All right. Now, let's get into a little word on the street. Now, I know I've been gone for a while. And there was a lot of FAMU foolishness that happened. There's a lot but I just want to touch on a few things. All right. Now, I don't know if this has been said. It probably has. I don't know. I've been doing a lot of stuff. Okay. Word on the street is the choice was Fred. Right? I want to be very clear. The choice. Word on the street was Fred was in Tallahassee that Monday. Like, real talk, real spiel, Holyfield, right? The choice was Fred McNair. And I told y'all, Bammers.
I told y'all niggas. Y'all thought I was swearing, but
I told y'all that she was going to go left regardless. I don't give a damn if she was going to pick the thing that was going to make FAMU mad. Point blank. And you see my boy G told me. Listen, you know when G know everything all corn. All right. So, you know I ain't lying. Right? She couldn't get to his price. Now you're saying, Scotty, what was the price? Now the word on the street is the price was $350. Right? She had like $335. And she had to go to the organizations, the DSOs, to get the extra money. And they was like, get the fuck out of here. Get the heck out of here. We're not giving you no money for Fred. You want us to pay to get somebody we don't want? Get the heck out of here. So that's word on the street. I'm just telling you what it is. So Fred wanted $350. She had $335. She had to go to some DSOs to get money. They turned her down. Now, another part of this word on the street is that Florida State alums were very heavy involved in bringing on Cozy. Now, we all know FAMU wanted Cozy from the jump, so that's nothing new. That's not nothing crazy or nothing like that. But is that some very powerful Florida State alum people got involved and kind of push that down the pipe as well. You know what I'm saying? It was still FAMU's decision at the end of the day, but some, push that down the road. Now, a lot of people are saying like Smitty gone. Now, word on the street, I'm just listen, it's all word on the street. Word on the street is that Smitty left because he didn't like how he was being treated in the interview process. He felt, this is all secondhand information, rumor mill, right? He felt that it was a fake interview, that she didn't give him the time nor the effort that he felt a real interview deserved, and he felt disrespected. And, a lot of people was like, why would he go to a school or institution that's worse or not as good as FAMU or on the same level? Well, I look at it like, listen, it's only so many times you can play with somebody. Pause, right? Pause. It's only so much you can mess with somebody's mental, right? Because it's a principle thing, right? Like, you didn't talk to me when the job first came up. You never interviewed me. You never talked to me. And then we went through, then you named, Coach Gibbs. And then Coach Gibbs falls through. Then we got to go through all this committee. And the only reason you even talked to me is because the board forced your hand into picking 4 people on the internal coaching staff to make it happen. And then you half-ass interview with, I'm telling you who they dealing with. Okay. I'm telling you who they dealing with. OBG, the original big girl. Okay. She out here throwing her weight around legitimately, right? You half-ass the interview with Smitty. You don't interview Billy. You don't interview Coach Rowe because of a time mix-up. You don't say, "Hey, Coach, we're gonna get back with you," and nothing like you messed that up, right? And then you gotta go with Cozy by default because you can't get the money that you want for Fred McNair. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just telling you what I heard in the street, right? And let me say this, because I feel like there's a big. Let me take a sip of water real quick. People really playing with me today. I feel like there's such a divinity or a divine line. You're either like for Tiffany or against Tiffany, which is everybody's prerogative. Let me say this. There's an article that I saw on Twitter. And there's an article I saw on Twitter from, Ballhead Red Fox's company, HBCU Sports, right? And it's the Bama that looks like Pastor Troy, like a 60-year-old version of Pastor Troy. I think his name is Chris or something. I don't know his name, right? But he writes an article like being an armchair AD, something like that, like people being an armchair AD, and like what kills me is this, right? Is that what I have a problem with is you cannot act like your constituents do not move the needle at HBCUs. It doesn't, like, I don't, like, you can say whatever you want about ADs make hires, but your constituents fill your pockets. Your constituents make shit go at HBCUs, so they should have a say so. Like, how does that make sense? Like, how does that not make sense to people, right? You don't have this big budget of money to just do what you please and just say, F the DSOs, F the boosters, I'm going to do what I want to do. You do not have that. Because as an athletic director, you're going to have to walk your happy ass back to the same people you turned your back on and say, hey, do you mind if you give? Hey, can I get some money? Hey, we're trying, like, come on, you can't do that. You cannot. And you damn sure can't do it at a winning program that just came off a national championship. I'm going to say this again. Michigan had every right in the world to move on from Moore. Moore was a part of a coaching culture that had allegation after violation after violation after violation with Harbaugh. They said, you know what? We like winning more. We like winning more over said violations. And they roll with them. 2 days, not even 2 days. Hey, Harbaugh gone, more, let's keep it rolling. But no, not at the HBCU. No, not at the misogyny. Everybody, oh, now it's misogyny. Now it's, you can't make it make sense. I don't think anybody would have had a problem with what she did at Southern. Nobody would have had a problem with what she did at Bethune-Cookman, Alabama State. Nobody else would have had a problem in it because nobody else was winning. Nobody else won a freaking national championship. The only places you couldn't have done that was Jackson and FAM because those were the only programs that had a high standard of winning at this point in time. The rest of them jokers, you could have done that. You could have done it at Alcorn. Alcorn would have went with, yeah, they wanted said, so you couldn't do that Alcorn either. But the rest of them jokers, you could have did anything you wanted. I don't get it, man. They just they exacerbate this issue so hard, like it's rocket science. Like it's not hard. You've seen programs stay with what has worked when you win championships. That's not nothing new. That's not nothing new. And FAMU wanted to stick with what they had. That's their agenda. So why would you come in trying to make it difficult? It don't make no sense trying to swing your weight around, big girl. Miss Glenn, coming to you. What's up, Miss Glenn?
Hi, Scotty. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Happy New Year. I haven't talked to you in a while.
I know.
I just wanted to say you don't have the right to be gone this long. I don't even know what the topics were. I just saw that it was on and I clicked into the chat room and was listening. I don't care what the topic is. You cannot be gone this long again. Thank you for being back on. Missed you and have a great day.
Thank you, Miss Glenn. I appreciate you. Tell your daughter I said what's up.
I will.
All right, Grace. My bad. Listen, man. I was talking to the wife before I got on the show, and I was like, dang, babe. I said, I've been gone for a week. She said, no, you've been gone for 2. I said, 2 weeks? It's been 2 weeks. I was like, hey. You know, so, listen, man. It's hard out here in these streets. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my guy, Sean, man. Where you been at, baby? Where you been at, boy? Where you been at, boy? Hey, Sean, Jalen Hurts looking a little shaky. I saw him at the Pro Bowl. The Bama, like he was missing all the, he was throwing at the targets, missing all them jokers. I'm just saying, no pressure in his face, nothing. You know what I'm saying? Just making my observations. You might want to, I just paid him a lot of money to do nothing. But anyway, all right. Yeah, anyway, so that's just my word. Now, it gets a little deeper though. Can we talk for a minute? Listen, hey, listen. If you're driving, pull over, because it's about to get real juicy. Word on the street. Okay, once again. Can we talk for a minute? Word on the street is, listen, ninjas gonna do what ninjas do. Word on the street is that OBG has her purchaser card has been canceled. Listen, the girl just got the job in January. Word on the street is her purchaser card was canceled in April. She done put 25 thou on that joker. 25 thou. I'm like, ma'am, what is you doing? Now, the difference, and Mr. Packnett knows, he's a former military guy. In the military, let you go over that travel card. Boy. Listen, Uncle Sam don't play about that travel card. You go over your travel card in the military, your next check, gone. Gone. Okay, ain't no payment plans. Okay, you 25K over. If you getting paid 2K, they taking 2K every check. That travel card is nothing to play with. Okay, this girl done put 25 thou on a travel card. Now, mind you, word on the street is she wasn't buying nothing inappropriate. Like she wasn't getting her nails done. She wasn't buying Jimmy Choos and nothing like that. But the girl was, listen, the girl said she got expensive taste. She said, I've been at Dartmouth, okay? I got expensive habits, okay? So she over here going to the Final Four. You know what I'm saying? She traveling to the CIAA tournament. Like, ma'am, you not even in the CIAA. Why in the blue hell are you flying to the CIAA tournament? Like, she just doing extra stuff. And now she got her shit canceled. So just, why can't Bama just get right? Like and to me, say what you want. This shows a precedent. You overspent your budget. Talk somebody. Can we talk You overspent on your athletic budget. You overspent on your purchaser card. And then you want to ask for money? Where they do that at? Where they do that at? You overspent your budget, then you overspend your purchaser card, then you want to run back to the fans, to the same people, the DSOs, the boosters, the fundraisers. You want to run back to them and be like, "Can you help me out?" You want to run back to the foundation and say, "Can you help me out? What you got on my 10? What you got on my 40, Craig?" And then Miss LeBeau like, "That's my bike, punk. You want some of this too?" No.
Oh, goddamn.
Oh, Miss LeBeau coming with that Debo. Smart, it's my money, punk. I won. What? I lost. That's how Miss LeBeau coming. She not playing with you, right? I need to see everything itemized. Itemization, right? So, listen, man. I don't know. I'm gonna keep saying it. I don't know how this woman got a job. I'm gonna just leave it at that. I don't know how this woman still got a job. I'm gonna keep saying it. Y'all can say whatever you want. Call me misogynist. Listen, I'll take on the misogyny for all of FAMU alums. Right? You ain't gotta call FAMU alums misogynist. Call me misogynist. Just say Scotty is misogynist towards OBG, towards Tiffany Dawn Sykes. You can say that. I'm cool with it because I think she should have been fired. She wouldn't have lasted this long with me. We would have been right back in rotation with ADs because she would have been fired. I ain't even gonna hold you. Fired. Okay? So y'all can just blame it on me. I'm misogynist. I ain't got no issues. So take that as you want. Take that as you may, as you want, as you hold it. I don't care. It is what it is. So listen, man. Call lines are open 518-263-8124, 518-263-8124. Listen, I appreciate all y'all, man. I really do. I'm gonna be back in these streets, man. Me and P gonna be back on tomorrow, Tuesday. We're gonna talk about the Super Bowl. We're gonna talk about, because swag basketball is today, so we're not gonna do a show today. But we're gonna bring up the Super Bowl. We're gonna talk some Super Bowl, gonna talk some swag basketball. So Outspoken be back Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? Me and Mike, listen. I know I had some people talking about me and Mike. Listen, me and Mike probably gonna talk around signing day. We're gonna bring Mike back on, talk about, Powell State, see what they got going on. Shout out to Jackson for the new scoreboard. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, shout out to Coach KJ Black. Got picked up by the Falcons. He's the offensive analyst, quarterbacks coach down there. So shout out to him, man, and all that. What else? We'll make sure. Happy Black History Month as always. If you're Aquarius, happy birthday. February is your birthday. Happy birthday month, and stuff like that. Make sure, once again, Girls Need Girls is back. It won't be on this Sunday. It'll be on next Sunday. All right. Girls Need Girls. So if you're a woman, ain't no shout out to no PV Nation. It's only 12 of y'all. Oh, he from PV. I get it. My bad. That's on me. Shout out to the 12 fans. All right. So Girls Need Girls isn't back this Sunday. It'll be back next Sunday. So if you're a lady, here's some relationship talk, you're more than welcome to call in. Do your thing there. Guys, you're more than welcome as well. Great conversation. Let me think. Anything else? Oh, Tuesday, you already know Rocky. The old heads going to get together. They're going to powwow. Rocky, Coach Cole, Mr. Campbell, if they're going to have him on or not. You know what I'm saying? So heard you guys are liking that show. Keep doing your thing, Rocky. Anything else? My boy Bridges is on Fridays here on the network. You already know what it is. So it is what it is, man. We just trying to grow, trying to build and have fun with this thing. I ain't gonna lie to you. Oh, let me say this. Okay? Let me say this. I want to say it, but I don't want to say it because it's one of them hit dog. I'm a hit dog hollering, right? Like if I feel anything is subliminal towards me, I'm going to call it out because I don't give two shits. But I care enough to feel like you're addressing me, but you don't care enough to at me, right? So like my thing is with this, right? With the Stephen Gaither situation. Like Stephen, he does a lot of subliminal shit. And that shit burns me up, right? Like he'll be on there like, oh, you're non-journalist and journalist. Like, what? Like, bro, half your stories don't even have two sides to it. Like half the shit you write about don't have two sides to it. And you're supposed to be the standard of journalists. You're literally the standard of Fox News. You're the standard of a mouthpiece. Like you're the standard for the SWAC. Like stop playing with me right now. I keep asking people, and I'm going to keep saying it till the cows come home. Have you seen Stephen Gaither write an article about what happened to the SWAC Classic? Don't worry, I'll wait. You get what I'm saying? Like, don't hit me with some, oh, I'm a journalist. And I think it was one tweet he said, something like, he was like, I've written things good and bad about people, and I'll say it to your face. And I don't know, I want to hear that shit. Who cares? Okay? Who gives a damn? Like, the point is, like, you talk about journalists and being a journalist and journalists. Like, bro, you have never written on the opposite side of the SWAC. Never. 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 And I'm going to keep saying it. Vaughn Wilson's a better dude than me. It's no way I'm going to have you bashing my institution on your platform when I'm right down the hallway and we can have a conversation. Like, I ain't for that. Not for it at all. So, you know, me personally, I don't give two shits if he sees it or not, right? Let me also say this. I found this out, right? So I found this out through a third party. Word on the street is the reason that, hold on. Let me, I gotta text my source real quick. So, I heard this from a PV alum, right? A PV alum reached out to me and he's like, Scotty, I know you and Dr. McNugget have had your issues. And I said, yeah. He said, do you know why Dr. Cavill and McNugget are so close? I said, no, I don't. He said, did you know they were roommates at Prairie View? I said, no, I did not. I said, no, I did not. I did not hear that they were roommates, like lived in the same dorm together, roommates at Prairie View. I did not hear that. He said, yeah, that's his boy. I said, oh, now it makes sense why he's involved in all these deals that don't make no damn sense. So you literally are just putting your boy on, like legitimately. Like, don't get me. Listen, I'm gonna tell you verbatim what the person said to me on the call. He said he teaches sports management or something at Texas Southern. He said all his stuff is theoretical. He said, I promise you, he has never actually been inside of a NBA institution, an NFL organization, any major athletic organization to talk about the implementation of sponsorships, the implementation of media contracts, and how he understands it logically, but does not understand it like how it's, and everybody knows, like, you can read a book and you have book knowledge, and then you have like worldly understanding, like how it applies to your day to day. And the guy said he has book knowledge, but he doesn't have implementation. Like, he's never been a part of doing a major deal outside of what his boy has with him, you know, in that relationship, right? So this. Now, let me say this. So the same person, another person, well, same, but another person, Another person hit me up, and this is all on my break now. This is all I'm doing my break. Like I was getting a lot of info. I can't even tell you everything because a lot of that stuff was off the record. But I'm gonna just tell you what he said I could tell you, right? So I don't know if you guys know this, but before Dr. McNugget became the commissioner, he was, he was the AD at Texas Southern. He was the AD at Texas Southern. There was a committee put together to move the SWAC office to Houston. Okay, stay with me. There was a committee to put the SWAC to move the official headquarters of the SWAC office to Houston, not the championship game, none of that. The office, the SWAC headquarters was a committee to see if it'll work. Guess who was on that committee? Dr. McNugget. He voted to get it moved to Houston. The vote didn't go through, but he voted for that, right? This is from one of my sources. He said, what was shocking was that when McNugget got into the office and the Houston mayor was reaching out to McNugget, right, to see if he would move the SWAC office, talks went dark. Talks went dark, right? And then the mayor, during the time that Dion first landed in the SWAC, the mayor, it was either somebody from Houston. I won't say the mayor because I don't think somebody from the Houston City Council came to Dr. McNugget and said, "Yo, do you want to move it to Houston?" They said, "Hey, we will have you pay the lowest rent. We won't charge you nothing crazy. We'll get you right squared away in downtown Houston, whatever you want, we'll get it done for you. We can set up meetings with you and some sponsors, all this stuff, right?" Now, let me just say this. Birmingham is okay. Let me just say that. Birmingham is okay. But if you had an opportunity, I keep telling y'all, it's a few people that just need to be fired, okay? And McNugget and Tiffany are two of those people. If you had an opportunity, I just need y'all to think, put your thinking caps on for me, right? If you had an opportunity to move the office from Birmingham, Alabama to Houston, Texas, while Dion was in the SWAC, that's like having an opportunity to move the SWAC office to Atlanta, right? Like, there's just certain things to me that are just like, what are we talking about? Especially if they can make it worth your while, because you're now, mind you, you're in the middle of everything, right? You're in the middle of everything. So just my little 2 cents on that. Just some stuff I've heard on the rumor mill of some stuff that had been going down. So there's some other stuff, but I can't talk about it because the guy, my guy will get implicated. But I'm gonna just tell you some small stuff like that. So from what I've heard, the Houston deal is off the table for the SWAC office. That's just what I heard. You know what I'm saying? But when they had the opportunity to move it, they just left it in Birmingham. And my guy was like, Birmingham or Houston, Texas. You make your pick. Yeah. I'm still stuck on the fact that Dr. Cavill and Dr. McNugget were roommates at Prairie View. Like, that's wild. And now he's your consultant for contracts? Listen, that's a hookup if I ever see one in my life. That's really looking out for your boy. I mean, like, of course you would never say nothing bad about your deals when you're the okay, it's too much for me coming back. I'm about to get up out of here. I'm just, it's too much for me I'm doing too much on my first day back. I'm doing too much already. I feel like I'm doing too much. All right, listen. Appreciate you guys for tuning in because I can go on a whole little rampage about that. You know what I'm saying? I can go on a whole rant on just that alone. I don't think I got the button up. Yeah, I ain't got the button up. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm gonna try to get with Blue. See if we'll simulcast. We'll do the signing day episode. Get with Blue. We can make that happen. Maybe add G or whoever else, you know what I'm saying, wants to be a part of that. We can have a whole thing, a whole shebang, and make it a big HBCU pish posh, you know what I'm saying, and have a good time with it, make it fun, interactive. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm cool with that. And it is what it is. But listen, guys, I appreciate your time, man. I'm back. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all, man. Happy Black History Month. Listen, until next time, you know what I'm going to do. I'm a holler. God bless.